On the Couch with Marcia M, the show where we talk about real issues with real people. Today we're doing a special show speaking about sickle cell and thalassemia. In particular, I wanted to do this show in memory of a friend of mine, Gary Delahaye, who passed away in April this year, just before his 50th birthday. So this is in memory of Gary Superman Delahaye. Okay. Welcome, Alison and Rachel.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome to On the Couch. Rachel, you're the manager of Oscar Sandwell, an organisation that provides services for people with sickle cell and thalassemia.
Yeah.
If you could, just to help myself and the audience to understand what is sickle cell and thalassemia.
Okay. Sickle cell and thalassemia are two separate, so they're both genetic blood disorders,
Right.
which means that you inherit them from your parents. You can't catch them, but they do affect the blood.
Right.
So you have it from birth, and you have it for the rest of your life, really. So they do affect the blood.
Okay. And who do they affect? Is it mainly African Caribbean people?
Well, statistically, yes.
Okay.
African and Caribbean people, the Asian community as well, but not exclusively.
Okay.
So they can affect, it is what's in the blood. So you have Greek people, you can have Chinese, you can even have white.
Okay.
It affects anyone.
Wow.
So it's not skin colour, it's actually what's in the blood. So
What's
it's
in your
genetics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But predominantly is the African, Caribbean and Asian communities.
Okay, predominantly.
Yes, but not exclusively.
And what I understand with sickle cell, it's also a protection for people who live in countries where there's possibly malaria.
Yes,
is that true?
That's kind of that's the research that we've been told. Yes, is that it came about through the naturally as nature
Yes.
trying to be a protective, as you say, for malaria. But obviously in countries where that isn't needed, then the effects are still there, and it's kind of had a more negative effect.
Yeah.
But yes, originally that's how it was. Researchers said that that's how it came about, as a protective issue.
Because I know that what I've learned recently, in particular, especially with somebody that I know passing away, and hearing of lots of other people, and also seeing the other illnesses, like other illnesses that can happen because you have sickle cell, it's just how really serious this illness is in terms of how it impacts the quality of life, but also the longevity, the length of life.
Absolutely, absolutely. There are many complications to deal with sickle cell and thalassemia, but especially sickle cell. Things like stroke in young children particularly. Also things like ulcers, which can take a long time to heal. Kidneys problems, organ problems, it can affect the eyes, so vision, all of those things can happen. But we are, in the UK, we are lucky that we do have good treatment here.
Okay.
A lot of other countries don't have the treatments that we have, so we are, people are able to live a better quality of life with the treatment that's being offered here, and the medication, and looking after themselves, so that does play a part in it. Yeah.
Okay, Alison. Okay, so you're classed as a carer. You're a
Yes.
carer of
My son.
your son.
Yeah.
How old is your son?
He's 5, 6 next month.
Okay.
Yes.
And he has sickle cell?
Yes. What happens is that having 4 kids back home
Back home
in Jamaica, yes. I didn't know that I was a thalassemia trait carrier
Okay.
until when I was pregnant with my son here.
Okay.
So when they sent the letter home and I saw that word, it's the first time I was seeing that word because we're only used to sickle cell.
Yeah.
I saw the word and I couldn't even pronounce it.
Mm.
And I says, who they talking about have that? I don't have that.
Mm.
So there was a number to call.
Yeah.
So I called the lady and she says, can I come in? So I said, yeah. So when I went, City Hospital, she was going through the genes and where I got it from And I couldn't even tell because my mom died when I was like 1.5 years old. So I don't know where I got it from. My dad is also got passed on. So there's no one to ask. So yeah, accepted it. Throughout the pregnancy, they were saying if I could come in for them to do a test while the child was in the uterus. So they said, if we do that test, it can result in you losing the child, or the child can come with difficulties. So
was that the test that they do through you?
Yeah, send the needle to the baby. So I refused the test because I'm like, if I do the test now and it's positive, nothing can be done. So we waited until the baby came, and when he came, the nurse came to the house and did a heel prick. Yes, and they sent it off to test. Now, I didn't even remember about that. Because you have your daily life where you're ups and down and stuff. So one day I went out, and when I got home, there was a note through the door that the health nurse came. So I said, but she didn't call me, so how she came? So I called her because she left her number. I said, I'm home now. And, I've realized that you've come, and I wasn't home. So she says, okay, I'll come back in the evening, 6 o'clock. So I said, okay, I'm home. So she came through the door, I let her in. They said to her, you can have a seat. She says, no, you have a seat. I'm like, okay. She says, okay, we've done the heel prick, and Trey has been diagnosed. He's got sickle thalassemia. So like still difficult in pronouncing.
What is it?
Sickle beta thalassemia.
Yes,
Sickle beta
thalassemia. So that's a
combination of
sickle plus
thalassemia
that.
and sickle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we went to Children's Hospital. They made an appointment for him to go there when he was 6 weeks old, or 3 months old, and we were with Dr. Lawson, and she further let me know what, and trust me, it's all good, because if this was in Jamaica, I would just know that the child's got sickle cell. I wouldn't know what to expect, nothing. So they went through everything.
Did any of your other children have sickle cell?
I'm not sure, and I'm thinking about my third child, because he's got symptoms like he's always having a cold, he's always looking ill and stuff. But back home in Jamaica, to do the test, it costs loads of money. So I'm still not sure. So with Trey, they got us onto the clinic and explained what it was about, because he can have a stroke, and it's not a physical stroke that you can really see. It's in the brain. So every year he's got to have a scan, a brain scan. And from he was 3 months old, he's been on antibiotics, penicillin. And he's going to be on
continuous.
He's going to be on that for the rest of his life.
And what's the purpose of that?
It's for preventing infections, because
if he gets an infection,
yes,
it can become seriously.
the immune system is not able to fight off infections in a sickle. So the penicillin is for like meningitis and.
So Alison, what does that mean for you on a week-to-week basis? Are you?
Sometimes it's
hard. Are you able to work? Are you able to do things for yourself?
Sometimes it's hard because I'm a lone parent, and I'm at work. I was doing night shifts way over in Kings Norton, and the person that I left him with called me that he's ill, and I had to rush home at school. One day I was outside school waiting. I just came from Jamaica and I changed my number, but I didn't give it to the school in the morning. So I was at my friend's because her dad had passed, and I was trying to help her to see if we could find a ticket for her to go to the funeral. So I said to my friend, I didn't give school the number, and I just left it at that. But I got to school early, but I was sitting outside in the car. So about, school doors open like 3:15. So I was sitting in the car until 10 past. When I went on the school compound, I saw an ambulance.
Wow.
But it didn't even register to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this all got knocked down now. So when I went on the premises, the head teacher came over and said, can I talk to you, Mom? And I said, is trained that? And she says, yes. He went lethargic on them. But you know what? With this organization, which have been the number one help for me, and Trey, they've been to the school.
You mean
Staff? Yeah, from here. I've been to the school and they explain how he'll feel, what he's got a care plan.
Yeah.
Call it that way, because he can't go to
Is
a
that something
school.
that Oscar will
Yes.
put together? Okay.
Yes.
He can't attend a school unless there's a care plan. Because even though that he's gonna be in year 1, they're asking me at school, can I get somebody to come in and do a talk again? Because he's the only child there that's got sickle cell. So, and you know what? A lot of professionals are not aware of what sickle cell is and what it's capable to do. So for instance, if I take him to the GP, if he's having a cold, and I take, because remember, he's no infections. So if I take him to the GP, they're gonna tell me, oh, he's on penicillin, that will work. So in this case, you have to stand up strong, because they're doing it from, they don't understand and they think they're in the right because they're medical people, but I'm not leaving that office until I get another antibiotic. Or I said to them, call children. There was,
hospital.
There was one occasion where one morning he got up, he was younger, and he looked so tired, and I'm like, they just light and you're looking so tired. So I gave him a bath and got him dressed, had him in my arms, and he just went passed out. But I thought he was sleeping. But because he had this high temperature, I called the ambulance and they came and had to rush him to Sandwell Hospital. And you know, after about a day came around. But there are so many things that people out there are not aware of. And that is why maybe someone will eventually die. Because what is to be done is not being done. At the hospital, the ambulance don't want you to take you to the far one. They're going to take you to the nearest hospital. So the nearest, because they're saying in their region they have to go to the nearest. So my nearest one is Sandwell. And when I go to Sandwell, I'm not pleased. Because there are so many things that needs to be done to him, tests and everything. And they're just looking at him, observing. And they don't know what's happening with the child. Wherein when I go to children, they do everything. It's the phlebotomist that discharges him from the hospital when he's there. I can't leave that hospital until the phlebotomist comes in, do everything and say, yes, he's ready to go.
So Rachel, why is there this difference between the hospitals?
I think it's
Sandwell, because you're in Sandwell, so
yes, and maybe there's a little bit of politics there. I think it's about obviously the NHS and where they want to put their resources. We do get, obviously parents do use Sandwell, we're based in Sandwell, but you do get a lot of parents, the same as Alison, who feel that there is a better service at the Children's in Birmingham. As to why, again, it's the service that you know. Is they're thorough there? Is it funding? Maybe it is about. I can only think it's probably money. And you know, if they had the more money or the right level of funding, they would be able to offer the same level of service. But yeah.
So for a family like Alison's, then she said that Oscar had given great support. So what is the support that you put in?
Well, a lot of it is we will go into the schools. We will liaise with the community nurses as well to get the care plans done. That's important. And that can start from nursery even before they actually start school. So that's a key thing. So the parents know whenever their child is, the people who are looking after the child, they understand if anything, what needs to be done, and any medication and things like that.
Yeah.
It gives peace of mind.
Yeah.
For Alison as well, similar to Alison, but parents will come and we'll help them with grants, applying for grants for different things that they need. Also,
what sorts of things?
Well, things certainly for the condition. There could be things like bedwetting can be an issue. So you're going to need mattresses.
Yeah.
We've known families who have gone through keep using lots of and that costs money. It costs money, and to get a comfortable mattress. So if your child has sickle cell, if they're in pain, maybe it's not a serious crisis where you have to go into hospital, but you have to get comfortable mattresses, and those can cost a lot. And if a lot of our parents are on low income, sometimes no income, so it does cost.
And I bet that's so, especially because of the caring element, that if you have a child, either if you have a child with sickle cell, or obviously whole families, there's a parent and a child. Yeah. So a parent may not be able to work.
Absolutely.
And also a parent who has a child with sickle cell, it's very difficult to maintain working full time.
Absolutely. Like Alison said as well, you never know when you're going to have to get called out. And if you're a lone parent, you're the only one who can go to the hospital. You have to do that. Not all employers are understanding. We try to go and talk to employers as well. So we will do that. I mean, the carer side, we try and work with our adults as well who have sickle cell. And there, we want to make sure they can stay in employment as well. So it's not an easy thing.
So you're doing wonderful work.
We try.
So Rachel, if any of the viewers wanted to find out more about Oscar, or wanted to make a donation to Oscar to support the work, where can they find the information?
Okay, well, we are based in West Bromwich in Sandwell. Our phone number is 0121 525 0556.
Your website?
Our website, so it's www.oscarsandwell.org.uk. We are on Facebook as well. They can find us on Facebook. They can find us on Twitter, but I have to say, I'm not really one who does the Twitter thing. But
and do you have a link for donations on your website?
We do have on our website, so people can donate directly. If they want to contact the organisation, they can as well if they want to do something. But and all donations are greatly received as well. And you know, we do.
This funding seems to get limited every year, reduced every year.
Yes, we've had. For us, we are a small charity, and we did, historically, this is our 28th year.
Wow.
28th year, and we have had funding from the NHS and our local council. Recently, this year, we've had reviews, and the NHS review what they're doing, and they did decide that they would cut our funding. And I think it was about 95% I worked it out at, so they cut 95% of the grant that they gave us. So that's had an impact on staffing. So we've had to reduce our staffing.
It has an impact on the number of people that you can support.
Absolutely, and the service we can offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. Alison, thank you for sharing your story. Your son's name's Trey. Okay. Thank you for sharing your story about Trey as well. And I hope that, we can get the message out about the work that Oscar does.
What we'd like to do, because I am a carer and Oscar's been very supportive to me. So what I do is I try to plan events in the town centre to make awareness. So that's what we're on at the moment.
Wonderful. Yes. So I'm hoping we've raised the awareness now. We're also, I'm hoping that we can also get some donations and support for what we're doing here as well. And so thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So we've been talking about a really worthwhile cause, worthwhile charity. I personally have friends with children with sickle cell, family members with sickle cell or sickle cell trait. We've been listening to hear about Trey, who's living with sickle cell, and Rachel and Alison here just speaking about the work of a carer and also an organisation who supports people with sickle cell. You've been watching On the Couch with Marcia M.